tested by the government's National Commission on Excellence in Education. And in 1983, their report comes out.
Got a bombshell in 1983, and it was called A Nation at Risk. That report was released by the U.S. Department of Education, and it has so many criticisms about the education system in the United States of America. They said we were mediocre, that our students, were not performing, they were underachievers.
Math skills are so poor that half the freshman college math classes are remedial.
Told the man that she was moving the end of the week.
Passing through the public school system no longer guarantees basic skills.
I don't know why they gave me a diploma because I don't know nothing. I mean, I didn't know how to read, write, or speak very well.
At the national and international, on national and international scales, that the SAT scores had dropped, 40 points in the verbal area and in math from 1963 to 1980. Some other complaints or other information that they shared, facts that they shared, was that 17-year-olds could not draw inferences successfully in written material, that American students were never first or second on 19 academic tests compared to other industrialized nations, and they were last 7 times.
We're in high tech, and we teach the average kid in the United States 1 to 2 years of mathematics. Japan has 6 years of math. Russia has 7.5 years of math. They cover calculus, differential, and integral equations before they graduate. We've got to compete with these kids later on in a high-tech society. Our kids are not going to be adequately trained.
Excellence is going to cost. And I think the only way that that can be understood is to appreciate that mediocrity is going to cost far more.
And honestly, you all, it really shook me up. And I felt personally responsible, like I had done this, And that's when I went back to school. And I enrolled in the University of Georgia. I drove down to the University of Georgia on weekends for 2 years. 2 years. But, I just had to make myself feel better, and I had to learn more so that I could share more with the teachers that I was responsible for helping to become better teachers, and for our test scores to improve, and et cetera, et cetera.
Here are the kids from City Park doing a Libby's commercial.
Here she is. She is single and fun-loving.
Tell us also a little bit what it meant to be segregated. So what it looked like.
Oh my, it was really bad. You had 2 separate things. Everything was separated. In all the schools, you had black schools and you had white schools. Black private schools, and you also had white private schools. You had a white this and the same thing, a black one over here. I got in a lot of trouble when I was teaching in the public school system for trying to teach African American history in February. But right before I tell you about that, I want to tell you what happened my first year of teaching and my first month in this all-white school. This parent called me and she said, "Why are you in our school?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Why are you teaching in our school? You are a nigger, and I don't want any niggers teaching my child. And you need to go to a nigger school." So I said, "Mrs. Green," I'll never forget her name if I live to be 100. I said, "Mrs. Green, I am an African American. I'm not a nigger. I said, I don't know how you came up with that name. And I said, I was sent here by the Board of Education. I didn't ask to come here. I said, I was trained to teach all children, not just black children, but all children. And I will probably be one of the best teachers your son has ever had. She said, well, I don't want you here, and I wish you would change your mind and go to another school. I said, well, your wish is not going to come true because I'm not leaving. I had expected something like that to happen, and it did.